So I want to bring on my guest today, who is the CEO and co-founder of the EatWell Group out of Canada, Marc. Thanks for being with me. Give me some time frames. You and I have drunk the Kool-Aid. We know that it's a secular trend. We know that it's going to happen fast. Help define that for people.
I worked on big iconic brands like Quaker Oatmeal and Gatorade, and the model was really different with consumers. It was a model of few voices, loud budgets, and the information flow was not transparent. It wasn't anything to do with necessarily the control of the brands. It was really all about the information highway, right? The world started to shift to smaller brands and newer brands and ideas, and it always became about the exchange of ideas. Okay, so that's a bit of a lesson in anthropology. What has opened up in information flows and social media and the like at a very simple level of consumer behavior, that's what drives adoption. Adoption is driven by the availability of information, and then the second is the opportunity to try something when it doesn't feel like it's so unusual. So what I've shared with people is when you look at I have kids that are in those teenage years, and they ask me about what was it like, what's a blockbuster? We've all heard that joke. They're stunned. They're stunned that there was something before streaming. They're like, how did you live before streaming? So technology shifted the curve. We live at a time when technology plus information are shifting together. So that's why I talk about food tech. So the food tech is there, the information is there. And what I would say is when you look at adoption curves in that way, adoption is here. Even 3 years ago, vegan was not a good word. Today, it's a badge of honor. So something has shifted in the information, the food technology. I would bet everybody in the audience today, myself and yourself included, has at least 2 or 3 people in the recent time frame who said, my doctor said I should probably try to bring some plant-based something into my diet. And particularly those who are in that kind of older time frame, they're amazed at how much better they feel. So, okay, this is the last lesson of anthropology. People stick to something when it works. So you've got technology, we've got incredible foods today, we've got information and transparency everywhere you want, and we've got something that works. I feel better when I'm watching out for inflammatory foods or dairy triggers that I might have, and I'm going to tell other people about it. And I have not made compromises because the food's delicious and the prices are coming down, the technology and the supply chain is maturing. I think the adoption curve is here now. It's not just the folks in the Pacific Northwest who are sort of a vegan from birth, but it's all of us who want to live healthier lifestyles. And that takes care of the planet, takes care of our pets, takes care of each other, and takes care of good business as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm always amazed when somebody says like, oh, this is a fad. And I just say, oh my gosh, there are so many reasons. We've talked about deforestation, wildlife diversity, our health, our healthcare costs, our pets and their healthcare costs, obviously food security, climate change. So much here. And not to mention dwindling resources. We haven't talked about this at all, but the inefficiency of animal agriculture in terms of use of land and water as we go from 7.7 billion people on the planet to 9.8 billion people on the planet by 2050, according to the UN, but you're not getting more land and you're not getting more water. So that mathematical equation soon doesn't work. People feel agency now in a way they never did before about their own health. And I think that really spirals adoption because they're ready to put their money where their values are and their priorities for their health and kind of wear it loud and proud. So I agree. I say fast adoption. I'm going to put a number on it. I'm going to say that the next 3 years are going to be like the progress we did in the last 10 years, and that mainstream adoption is here within a decade. And in my lifetime, animal agriculture will be less than 25% of what we eat in my lifetime.